G'day everybody, welcome back to another episode of Craft by Tim. So this is actually a video that I planned on releasing last year, but get a little bit distracted. So you're getting it now. Welcome to Odd Jobs, number whatever. I've got a few things to do around the workshop, so I figured I'd bring you guys along for the experience. So I said to myself that I probably wouldn't do this until the motor on my other grinder actually died, but with the change of a new job and everything like that, I decided that I'm going to have less time in the shed, so if there's things that I can spend a little bit of extra money on to make my life a little bit easier and go a little bit faster, this was one of the things. So this, inside this box, is a brand new 2 horsepower VFD driven motor. See what this looks like and hopefully get this mounted today. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. That is fat. That's just the VFD. I thought the bigger part of this would be the motor, but that's just the VFD in there. Damn, that's huge. It's even got a lock. It's like a locking. Oh, that's cool. Alright, sweet as. New parts have been ordered because, guess what? I didn't read into this very much before I was like, that's the one I want. So this will not actually directly fit onto the 2x48. There's a little bit of altering that I'm going to have to do to it to get it to work. I've got a new drive wheel coming with the 24mm shaft, rather than the 19mm shaft that fits the motor that's currently on it. So, for now, I'm going to chuck the belt back on there, and it's just going to stay as is for a little bit until I can get my new parts. So the next wonderful job that I have today is to make up a table to hold this. My swage block. I know that a lot of people probably see Alex Steele doing more armor making stuff, and this always happens to me because I'll come up with an idea, sort of be like, oh yeah, this is sort of the direction that I want to try and tackle. And then all of a sudden, other YouTubers will start doing it. Well after I started thinking about doing it, but there's absolutely no way to prove it because I don't even talk to anyone about it. I'm gonna start like looking into doing that. And then other people start doing it and then it's like, now it just looks like I'm copying. I'm not, at least I'm not trying to, but long story short, I want to start getting into armor making like what Alex Steele has done with his gauntlet and his sabaton, cut a small table to hold my swage block and be able to hold it not only flat but also on its side so that I can rotate it and use all of the cutouts around the edge. So let's jump into that. Well, I'm actually pretty happy with the way that this turned out. Now, obviously some of my welding is pretty shoddy, and I should probably be getting better at that, but this is arc welding, and I don't actually get to do very much arc welding. I've actually been a bit spoilt with work having decent MIG welders, so I haven't done very much arc welding for a while. But anyway, I can now work on it whilst it's flat or sideways, so I can make use of all of the sides and edges. And today at Machinery House I picked up a set of these, which are mainly for sheet metal body work and that sort of stuff, but I reckon they're going to be really handy for doing very tight work. But as I go along, I'm going to build up more tools, obviously. I reckon that will do for this side. I'm going to wait until I get some more parts, and then we'll see about beefing this up a little bit so it doesn't ring so bad. Okay, I didn't actually know whether or not this was going to work, so I didn't film the end of it because I had so much trouble with getting this motor to mount. This hurt in so many different ways. It hurt A, because I had to drill into my old belt grinder, which, you know, sacrilege. The other thing was that it was just really hard to squeeze such a massive motor into such a small system. But good God, this was tough. I have power. Look at that. It's beautiful. I have complete control. This is an old belt. You can see how much trauma this thing has been through. You can actually see light through it in a few spots because of just how much wear it's done. But I use my belts until they break, not until they're blunt. Now, before I jump into the last step of this video, which is going to be relighting my gas forge, something that you should do every year just to make sure that you keep it in the best working order that you can, I thought I'd go over something. So, over here, we have my coal forge. I don't use this during the summer, very rarely use either of the forges, but if I'm going to do some heat treating, I'll use the gas forge. But the coal forge obviously has a few dangers, and one of the dangers is the fact that it throws around a lot of sparks. But the other danger is carbon monoxide. Thankfully enough, my workshop is very open, so I don't have to worry too much about carbon monoxide. But just in case, I thought to myself, you know what, I'll go out and I'll buy myself a carbon monoxide detector. During the summer, I thought to myself, I'm not going to be lighting this forge, so I might as well take this down, save the battery. Now, what I didn't realize was that during summer, it got kind of hot in here. That's the carbon monoxide detector holder, and as you can tell, it is well munted right now. I had to come up with a new means of detecting for carbon monoxide. And I thought back to myself, I'll do what they did in the old days, and I'll buy myself a canary. So I want everybody to give a really nice warm welcome to the brand newest member of the Forge, Sparky. Sparky? Sparky, what happened? I think Sparky got a little warm. I think in retrospect, the bird might not have been the best of ideas. Now that pretty much does it for this episode, and I don't know how Satanite is going to work by itself, because normally I use a mixture between Satanite and a regular refractory cement, or just a refractory cement by itself, so I'm not sure whether or not this will work. If it does, great. If it doesn't, then I'll just go out and buy some refractory cement and coat the inside, and I probably should be able to do that whilst it's all set up. A few other little parts of my forge that are looking pretty sad, but that's alright. I'll deal with those as I need to. But for now, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll catch you all in the next episode where I'm going to be doing some TIG work. Anyway, I hope to see you guys there, and in the meantime, do remember to stay safe, happy crafting, and as always, there's new merch available. Get your certified bird brain shirt to make sure that everybody knows that you're a certified bird brain. Link in the description for merch. Goodbye.